Oh hi, welcome back. So we studied strengthening, we've studied weakening, and now we're going to study about infer questions.
I hope strengthening and weakening questions are clear.
They're absolutely clear.
Okay, so let's go to infer questions now.
I hope they are clear to the students as well who are watching the video.
I hope so. So infer question asks you to find the answer choice that best gives the information that is given in the passage above.
Okay.
Okay, so inferred, concluded, must be true, is supported by above. They are the trigger words for infer questions.
Inferred, concluded, deduced,
must be true,
is supported by above.
So do you remember anything when we say supported by above?
Oh yes, you mentioned about the word support. It was used in weakening, it was used in strengthening as well as in inference.
Right, so it is supported by above.
Okay.
So that means above.
So the premise is supported in an inference question.
Yes, so that means the answer choices give you the conclusion.
Yes.
And the conclusion which is given in the answer choices are supported by above.
Okay.
So that means you have the premises which are given to you.
Okay.
And you have to find the conclusion.
So if it's supported by below means a strengthening question, supported by above would mean a...
Right.
Okay,
so basically what you have to find is where is the conclusion. If conclusion is in this stimulus, it is a strengthening question.
Right. So let me just write it down. Supported by above, which is mentioned here.
Yeah.
It's inference.
Yes.
And supported
by the following or below.
By following.
That's
strengthening.
Right. So you have to find the conclusion. If conclusion is in the stimulus, it is a strengthening question. If conclusion is in the answer choices, it is an infer question.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So these are the question types.
If the statement above are true, which of the following must also be true? Which of the following can be inferred? Which of the following is supported? Right?
Yeah, so
supported.
In strengthening and weakening question, we saw that our focus has to be on the conclusion.
Yeah.
But in infer questions, we do not have any conclusion.
Yeah.
So our focus is on the premises.
Okay.
Right? So in strengthening and weakening question, my answer was a premise.
Right.
But here, my answer will be a conclusion.
Right.
So there we said we are looking for a new information. But here what you have to keep in mind is no new information.
Okay.
So anything that is a new information is not my answer.
Okay. So this is very important to note. I'll repeat this. What you just said is that in the strengthening and weakening, because we were looking at new information which would strengthen or weaken the premise that is being, the conclusion that is being given.
Right.
In this, because it's an inference based,
right.
It's based on the premise that is already given. So there's no new information that we are seeking. We're just looking at the direct inferences.
Yes, it has to be supported, by above.
Yeah.
So no new information. Then you also have to remember that false contrapositives are wrong answers.
Right.
Some are does not mean some are not.
Right.
And not necessarily true choices are not the right answers.
False contra, which we learned earlier.
Yes, they're wrong answer choices.
They're wrong answer choices. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to the question.
Let's
Is it clear?
It's absolutely clear.
Okay. So let's go to the question then.
Yes. Let's do that. Yes.
So what will we do first?
Okay. In this, we'll have to read the inference first.
We'll have to read the question stem, which is very important.
Stem,
you have. That's why I repeat it with every question.
So that's where you get to know which kind of question it is.
Yes.
If the statements above are true, which of the following must also be? It's a direct inference question.
Yeah, why? Because the word is must be true. So that's the trigger word.
Yes.
Okay.
Must also be true if the statements above are true.
Okay.
Okay, so let's read the question.
Sure.
There are community leaders as well as ex-convicts who are successful in business.
Right.
All people who are successful in business are encouraged to join the Reynolds Club.
Okay, so if we make the statements, we say there are, so that means some.
Yeah.
There are, so some community leaders.
Some community leaders.
And ex-convicts.
And ex-convicts.
Are successful in business.
And this would also be some ex-convicts.
No.
All ex-convicts.
Yes, as well as ex-convicts.
Yes.
So they are successful in business. So and all people who are successful, that means everybody who is successful is encouraged to join Reynolds Club?
Yes.
Okay.
So they join the Reynolds Club.
So what I can make from here is some community leaders and ex-convicts are encouraged to join Reynolds Club?
Yes. Let me just see where it's going.
Yeah, so you can write it down if you want.
Some convict leaders and ex-convicts are encouraged to join the
Reynolds Club. Okay. Now let's go to the answer choices.
All who are encouraged to join the RENET club are successful in business.
Can we make this?
No.
Right, because this is the wrong contrapositive.
Because of wrong contrapositive. Only the right contrapositive can be
if they're not
in RENET club, they are not successful. They are not successful in business, or they are not ex-convicts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then choice B.
All who are encouraged to join the RENET club are community leaders or ex-convicts. All who are encouraged to join the RENET club are community leaders. No, it's again
a false contrapositive.
Yes, because number one it says all community leaders. That's wrong in any case.
Yes,
and again it's a wrong contrapositive.
Okay.
So we just get this wrong.
And C.
Some who are encouraged to join the RENET club are not community leaders or ex-convicts. Some who are encouraged to join, again we can't say this.
Why? Because we have some who are.
Yes.
They are encouraged to join.
We can only say not.
Some are does not mean some are not.
Yes. Some ex-convicts are encouraged to join the RENET club. Okay, we can keep this maybe.
Yes.
Some ex-convicts are not encouraged to join the RENET club. Some ex-convicts are not encouraged to join the RENET club. I think again we cannot keep this either.
Why? Because some are does not mean some are not.
Some are not, right?
Okay.
So only this one is left.
Yes, because we have this here. That is, it says some ex-convicts are encouraged to join. We have all ex-convicts. Some ex-convicts are
as well as ex-convicts. So that's true. Because some is a subset of all, so we can say this.
Therefore, we can say this.
Yes.
So rest others are either false contrapositive,
yes,
or not necessarily true choices.
Absolutely. So this was also a question which I think you mentioned earlier somewhere.
Yes.
That from the all subset you can have some subset.
Yes.
I
so
think
we have three statements: universal, particular, and singular.
Yes, yes.
So it's a direct question from there.
Okay. So this was easy.
Yes.
This was quite easy.
Info question is an easier question if you only understand that new information cannot be your right answer.
Right.
So these all are new information, so they are not your answer.
No new info.
Right.
I'll repeat that.
You can easily say that I do not know. It's not given.
Yeah.
So if it is not given, it's not your answer.
Yeah. So I think the confusion must be between the strengthening and the inference, where students would be getting confused because they don't get to know if it's an inference question, then they forget that no new information is possible.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's a very simple question.
It's a very simple question.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take the fourth option of the type of questions in the next video.
Okay, sure.
Right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.